Hello everyone, Aqua Alex here. Welcome to my very first live podcast video. How you guys doing on this fun Sunday evening? I hope you guys are ready to learn about the Red Tail Catfish. Now, Red Tail Catfish are one of my favorite catfish, and I enjoy catfish. Catfish are one of my favorite genus of fish. So I figured the Red Tail Catfish would be the perfect fish to start off my live podcast adventures or video podcast adventures. Now, some of you may remember me from my aquarium podcast, Aquatic Wetline. You may remember me from Aquarium Hobbyist podcast. But now I'm doing something new. I'm going to be doing video podcasts, and I'm very excited about that. And we are starting today with this video. So I'm aiming to do at least one video a week, preferably on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So you could tune in live every Sunday in an event that I'll have on Facebook, which I'll post in all the fish groups and things like that. Also, if you're unable to make the live videos, you'll be able to catch the archive of this video. It'll be saved on Facebook, and I will be uploading it to my YouTube channel, Alex's Aquariums, as well. So it'll be available as a live video and also as an archived video. So I just wanted to mention that to everybody that is just tuning in now. This is going to be a video podcast, and it will be taking place every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Alright, with that being said, let's get right into it and start talking about the Red Tail Catfish. One of the largest catfish in the aquarium hobby, and certainly in South America, the Amazon River. Now, I used to keep red tail cats with my dad growing up. He used to have a big tank, and he used to grow out a lot of red tail catfish. And I can remember seeing some that were 3-4 feet in length he had in his large aquarium. And I just grew fascinated with the red tail cats. I thought they were interesting, and I liked the personality of red tail catfish. So it's been a long time since I've had red tail catfish, but I had the opportunity to get one, and this came a couple weeks ago in April. I went to my local fish store, a place called Mark's Ark, which is a pet store, and they had a 5 to 6 inch red tail cat, and I happened to have a lot of store credit, so I figured, well, I'm going to use my store credit today. Originally, I wasn't planning on picking up the red tail catfish because they get huge. However, I did talk to the manager of Mark's Ark, and he assured me that once I grew this catfish too big, he would take them back. However, I have a plan A in my head. There is a fish guy that I know up here that has a huge pond, and he's looking for a large red-tail catfish. So once my red-tail cat outgrows my current tank, he will go into that pond, and he will live a happy life there. So I got this red-tail cat at 6 inches. He was $75, but I paid nothing because I had store credit. So that's how I got my current red-tail cat. Usually when I get red-tail cats, in the past I used to buy them as little 1 to 2 inch juveniles and grow them out that way. So this is my first time actually getting a good sized 5-6 inch red tail cat. So red tail cats are a catfish that grow really quickly. And as I tell you some information about the red-tail cat, you're going to learn a lot about the red-tail cat on this fun video. Alright, so now you guys know that I have a red-tail cat that's about 5 to 6 inches in length. Right now, he's about 9 to 10 inches. So I got him about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he has grown a lot. So they do grow really fast. So keep that in mind if you are planning on getting a red-tail cat in the future. They are really fast growers. They grow faster than any other catfish that I know. Tiger show-and-nose grow pretty quick too, but not as fast as a red-tail cat. And the marble acara grow pretty quick too. But I noticed that red-tail cats, they have a really good growth spurt within a couple of weeks of being added to an aquarium if they are fed pretty well. So now I want to share my personal thoughts on the red-tail catfish. Now, red-tail catfish are a catfish that have a lot of personality. They love to eat. They eat pretty much anything. They'll eat smaller fish, so beware of that. They'll eat earthworms and tilapia and market shrimp. And also, they grow quick, like I said. So you are going to need a really large aquarium to house a red-tail catfish. And you are going to want to have decent filtration because they grow really good and they produce a lot of waste. So my personal thoughts on the red-tail cat, they are an awesome fish. And if you have a large aquarium, you should definitely consider getting a red-tail catfish. And the red-tail catfish is a fish that a lot of predatory fish keepers and monster fish keepers like. And it's the personality that draws fish keepers to them. They like to eat fish. They eat quickly. And it's the way that they eat that is interesting to me. They suck it up like a vacuum. And it's pretty interesting. They are the most dominant eaters I've seen in the catfish family. My red-tail cat is a bully when it comes to feeding. He will literally push the tiger shovel-nose out of the way, who is of equal size. He will push my Lysoma silver dollars away. He'll push my black bar silver dollars away. He'll push all my other fish away to eat. And that's what I like about the red-tail cat. So my personal thoughts on red-tail cat are they are an awesome fish, and if you have a big enough tank, you'll enjoy the red-tail cat. So let's talk about keeping and caring for the red-tail cat. And I want to talk about the most important thing, and that is tank size. These catfish grow to be about 3 to 4 feet in length. So you're going to want a large aquarium. I'm talking at least 300 gallons and more. Now, I've noticed where I live in sunny Florida, red-tail cats are extremely popular. And a lot of people down here in Florida have massive pool ponds and outdoor ponds. And that's great because they can keep their red-tail cats for life. Whereas when I was living in Massachusetts, it was hard to have a pond because it snows in the winter and it is freezing cold in the winter. So to get a red-tailed cat in Massachusetts and any other cold state, it would be extremely difficult to house a red-tailed catfish for life. You would literally have to set up an indoor pond, and to do that you would need a huge basement. But I'm not saying it can't be done because it has been done. There are people who have red-tailed cats in cold states in ponds. Just think of Ohio Fish Rescue, for example. They have massive, large aquariums that have red-tailed catfish in them. So, 300 gallons or above for red tail catfish. Now, red tail cats, they grow really quick, as I mentioned earlier in the video. Now, red tail catfish generally grow about 1 inch to 2 inches per 2 weeks, I would say. So, if you're going to keep them, make sure you have them in a decent sized aquarium. So I would say you could start off with a 75-gallon aquarium for a juvenile, then work up to a 125-gallon aquarium, 300-gallon until its final home in a pond, hopefully, if you are able to get a pond for a red tail catfish. So now that we got tank size out of the way, and now that we know how big they actually get, 3 to 4 feet in length, let's talk about feeding the red tail cat. Now, the red tail catfish is carnivorous, meaning it will eat pretty much anything, including smaller fish. So you're going to want to provide a steady diet to your red tail cat. And I really recommend feeding raw market shrimp, tilapia, earthworms, and other freshly prepared seafood. That would be beneficial to your red tail catfish. They would enjoy that, and that's exactly what I feed my red tail catfish. And I've noticed my red tail catfish has grown a lot since eating those foods. But you can feed them practically anything. They'll eat pellets, they'll eat krill, and all the other stuff that your other fish would eat. Just keep in mind they will eat smaller fish. And that brings me to their tank mates. Now, with a fish that gets 3 to 4 feet in length, you are going to need a heavy tank with heavy filtration. Alright, you're looking at about 200 to 300 gallons at least for the red tail cat. Now, tank mates, good tank mates include other large catfish, such as another favorite of mine, tiger shovelnose, marble sometimes you can get away with other red tail cats as tank mates, but you will need a big tank. Lima shovelnose could be okay for a little while. Lima shovelnose work as tank mates for red tail cats. So other large prone cats like that, Oxydorus nigers, would be good tank mates. Pacu would be good tank mates for red tail cats. Arowanas and giant gouramis, things like that. Things that get way too big to be eaten by the red tail cat, you will want to keep with red tail cats. They do like to have hiding places as they grow. So if you buy a juvenile red tail cat, provide it with some places to hide. Because in the wild, they like to hide a lot. I have a piece of driftwood in my aquarium, and my red tail cat likes to hang out under that. And it's a great way to ensure your red tail cat feels secure. So make sure to provide some decorations for your catfish to hide. Now, I know as the red tail cat grows, it will be extremely difficult to continue to provide decor for red tail cat, but I'm sure you can get away with it. There are large decors out there that you can have for red tail catfish. So let's go over keeping and caring for the red tail cats one more time, because I want to make sure that I got everything that I made notes to mention in today's video. You want to have a large aquarium, really large aquarium, because these catfish do get pretty big. So you're going to want to keep that in mind. You're going to need a large aquarium. So you're looking at 300 to 500 gallons or even a pond. You're going to want superb filtration. You want to over filter as much as you can. That way the water will stay crystal clear and you'll have good water quality. You want to provide a steady diet for your red tail catfish, and you're going to want to keep tank mates that are too big to be eaten. Now, let's talk about the price guide for red tail cats, because one of the questions I got when I advertised this video was how much do red tail catfish go for? Well, that's going to vary from location to location, depending on which area of the world and country you live in. Prices are going to be very different. But for me, I've noticed that juvenile red tail catfish, 2 to 3 inch ones, they generally go for about $20 to $50. And anything above juvenile, like 5, 6 inches, would be about $75. And anything over 12 inches generally is pretty cheap because they're hard to rehome once they get past the foot. I've seen large red tail cats, about 14, 15 inches, go for $25 on Facebook. However, at certain pet stores and fish stores, I have seen large red tail cats go for about $200, which I think is good because that proves that a hobbyist who is willing to pay $200 for a foot long or so red tail cat actually has a decent sized aquarium. Well, hopefully we'll have a pond for the red tail cat. So I think I pretty much talked about everything that I wanted on the red tail cat. I'm not sure if I left anything out. If you have any questions on the red tail cat and you're watching live, make sure to leave a comment and I will answer your red tail catfish questions. I look forward to doing more of these live videos. Let's see. I wanted to show you some pictures of red tail cats. I'm not sure if I'm able to do a screen share here. Let me see if I can figure that out. Let's see. I'm kind of new to this Facebook Live thing, so you're gonna have to bear with me. But one of the things I want to do on my live stream is to show actual pictures of the red tail catfish and the other fish that I'm talking about. So let's see. It doesn't say where I could do screenshot. Let's see. Huh. Let me see if I can get it on my phone. I guess just for now, I'll show you. Let's see. I can't get it for some reason. It was up there before. Let's see. I'm gonna look up how to do screenshot on Facebook. Okay, let's see if it comes up here. Because I want to show you how big these red tail cats actually get. Let's see. No, it doesn't show anything. Huh. So if you do have any questions, post them in the comment section below, and I will answer them. Again, I will be doing these videos every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I've already got the next 2 weeks figured out, and I'll be talking about some other South American catfish. The first person to guess correctly which South American monster catfish I'll be talking about next will be given a shout out. So you guys can start guessing now. And like I said, the archive version of this video will be on my YouTube channel, Alex's Aquariums, and also on my Facebook page. So let's see. Well, that's not what I want. Alright. I'm going to have to watch a YouTube video, I guess. Let's see. Let's see. Alright, so I don't know. We'll figure it out for next time, I think. I don't want to keep you guys here. Oh well. I'll post pictures of the red tail cats in the archived version of today's video. I think you guys will enjoy that. So I'll stay on here for a few more minutes. If you have any questions on red tail catfish, please feel free to post them in the comment section below. After today's video, I'm going to take pictures of my personal red tail cat and post them on my Facebook page, which is Alex Cardinale. So hopefully this was a good video. This is my very first live video, so I apologize if it's not the best quality. I appreciate those who stuck around and watched it. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you learned a lot about the red tail catfish, and I will see you in next week's live video. Have a good night and enjoy the aquarium hobby.